Nobody really prepares you for your 50s. Now, I'm not talking about getting gray hair or needing reading glasses or waking up one morning wondering what happened to your knee. I'm talking about the stuff nobody really talks about. I'm talking about your parents getting older, losing people you love, friendships changing, your career changing, your kids getting older, and somewhere in the middle of that, you start changing too. You see, over the last couple of years, life has forced me to look at things differently. And I've been asking myself a question that I think a lot of people my age eventually start asking themselves. What do I want the rest of my life to look like? And that's what I want to talk about today. And honestly, that's what this entire channel is going to be about. If you're younger, you tend to think you've got all kind of time. I'll deal with that later. I'll take that trip later. I'll start that business later. I'll call that person later. I'll get serious about my health later. Then you get a little older and later starts feeling different. You see, I've had career setbacks. I've had business ideas that worked. I've had plenty that didn't. I've had moments where I felt extremely confident about where I was going, and then moments where I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I've learned something. See, getting older doesn't automatically mean you have everything figured out. Sometimes you got more questions at 50 than you did at 30. They're just different type of questions. The biggest change in my life came from losing my mother. See, before she passed, I spent about 5 months helping take care of her. And if you've ever been a caregiver to somebody you love, you already know it changes you. You see, there's something about someone who took care of you, and then now all of a sudden you have to take care of them. It's like the roles are reversed and your priorities change. Things that used to seem important, they just aren't as important anymore. And when my mother passed, that was probably the hardest thing I ever had to experience. And I'm still figuring out grief. I don't think grief is something where one day you wake up and just say, okay, I'm done with it. It's over. It just shows up in weird places like a song or a TV show or a movie. You know, something funny can happen and you just automatically think, man, I need to tell mom about this. But then you just remember, you can't. She's not there anymore. That's the difficult part. But see, it's also made me appreciate life in a whole different way. So here's the interesting part. See, even after everything, I still want more out of life. Now, I don't need more stuff. I'm talking about more experiences, more freedom, more time with people I care about, more travel, more memories, more things I'm proud of. And yeah, I still want to build my businesses, and I'm still learning AI and getting that down, and I'm still experimenting with new ideas. I'm still trying things that might completely fail. Because somewhere along the way, society decided we're supposed to stop dreaming big once we reach a certain age. I don't buy that at all. So I actually think people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s have an advantage that doesn't get talked about enough. We've got experience, we make mistakes, and we've been through stuff. We know ourselves better, and we've got decades of knowledge sitting right up here. See, to me, that's worth something. The game isn't over, just the strategy changes. And that's why I'm changing the direction of this channel, because I don't want this to be another channel where somebody sits in front of a camera telling you all the 5 different ways to make money with AI. Now, there's definitely going to be some AI training on here because that's the future. Now, there's also going to be entrepreneurship, and there'll be money, and there'll be career conversations. But we're also going to be talking about stuff that happens when the laptop closes. We're going to talk about aging, health, relationships, friendships, losing friends, losing parents, caregiving, grief, starting over after 50, travel, confidence, purpose in life, and figuring out how to actually enjoy this chapter of our life instead of spending the whole time wishing we were younger. Now, some videos will be serious, some will probably be funny, and some days I might teach you something. But then other days, I might just pop on here live and we can just have a conversation about whatever's going on at the time. And that's okay. That's what I'm here for. So if you're watching this and you're somewhere around your 40s, 50s, or 60s, and you've ever thought, man, my life doesn't look exactly like I thought it would by now, well, you're in the right place, because maybe you're starting over. Maybe you've lost someone. Maybe your career changed. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business. Maybe you want to learn AI but don't know where to start. Maybe your kids are getting older and you're trying to figure out who you are outside of being a mom or a dad. Or maybe actually everything's going pretty well, but you want the next chapter to mean something. So that's who I want to build this community with. People who understand that we've lived some life, but we're nowhere near finished. See, I don't know exactly what the next 20 or 30 years of my life are going to look like. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Because what I do know is that I want to live them intentionally. I want to keep learning. I want to keep building. I want to keep laughing and keep traveling and keep spending time with my loved ones. Hopefully I can help a few people along the way. So this channel is really about one thing. It's about figuring out how to make the next chapter a good one. And if that sounds like where you are in life, then go ahead and subscribe and hang out with me. We got a lot to talk about. I'm Ken Langston, and this is our next chapter. Let's go.